Alright guys, here's the scoop. Prison food. Is it tasty? Probably not. Let's find out. For this video, I've decided to hire somebody with a criminal record to try the food with me. It's sometimes really hard for ex-criminals to find jobs, and I hope I can set some sort of an example. I just put an ad online and someone replied to it. I don't know what they look like, I don't know their age, I don't know their race, which is exactly the point. A criminal record can affect anybody. Real criminals are out there doing crime. They're not applying for jobs on the internet. In my opinion, that's the sign of somebody who's trying to change. So, with my rambling out of the way, let's get into the video a little bit. Just to get warmed up, I'm gonna make something called a prison burrito. You gotta start off with some Doritos. I got flaming hot instead of the regular kind, cause I'm kind of a fun guy. And you gotta take these and crush them. Just really crush them to a fine powder. That's getting there. Oh, shit. That's the good stuff. Now you take some noodles. Oh, I gotta get these Doritos out of my nose. Now you need a bowl. This one's dirty, but you can just add the Doritos and noodles to the bowl. Mix that up. You can use your fingers. It's okay, Becca. Listen to that crunch. Okay, I gotta stop. This is where it gets really funky. Add some water. Really get like a paste going. Cut open the Doritos bag. Put in your chips paste. And just let that harden for a bit. See you soon, buddy. Alright, it should be dry by now. How are you, little buddy? Alright, I'm done. Let's go meet this ex-con. We're gonna start off with a nice interview. So, you are Kyle?
Yes, sir.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You had some charges in the past. What were they?
Well, it was a DUI I started with. Just spent the night in a holding cell. Wasn't too fun, but I thought that would have cured me. Just a lot of circumstances throughout my life kind of led to me, the next charge of larceny, and that ended me up in prison for just under 6 months. I spent 5.5 months in prison. Now that I did commit that crime, it's hard for me to get work and stuff. So, the money that I accrued during that, I guess, crime spree, it didn't pay off in the end, because like I said, I'm working cash jobs now because nobody wants to hire me.
And it's so messed up because it's like, you're trying to get this job and then they reject it for the charge. And then some people are like, oh, well then let me do more crime. And then you get more charges and you become less and less employable. And it's like this vicious circle.
I used to want the money now. I don't really have any family support. It's not due to my crime, it's due to religious reasons. They don't practice the same religion. And so I was raised properly. I had everything given to me, meals cooked. My mom and dad were always there, and I was in hockey growing up. Steal a little bit here, steal a little bit there. It gets bigger and bigger because you think you can get away with it after you've gotten away with it for so long.
Yeah.
You get cocky, and that's what happens.
Can you speak a little bit about your experiences in the Canadian prison system, or like what you saw? Or
even when I was in jail, I had manners. I didn't turn into some thug. I didn't have a teardrop tattoo. A lot of sleeping. That's what got me through it. Just pretty much stayed in the room and just slept like in hibernation, because I didn't even want to interact or didn't want to make a name for myself, because as soon as I got comfortable, I knew that you're gonna start thinking that's normal, and it's not.
The money you do make off the crimes, it's like once you factor in the lawyers and the jail and everything, it's a huge loss. It ends up being a huge loss.
It does. Money, and I find it's the biggest loss is the time, because, all that time I was spending in there, I could have probably, went to school, did something else more productive, but I tried to take the shortcut.
After hearing how traumatic all of this has been for Kyle, I don't think it's appropriate to eat gross prison food with him anymore. So I decided to do something a little nicer instead. Just picked up a beautiful steak for this guy, as well as a bunch of other food. Let's go surprise him with it. How's it going, bro?
How you doing, Chief?
What's good?
Not much, you?
Good to see you. So, you're doing well today, sir?
I am. Yes, Philip. Doing just fine.
We're here, kind of by the beach. There's a big fence blocking us off from it. I got this. I understand this is like some popular items from prison food. Yeah, so I thought it would be cool if you just grabbed this food and told it I'm better than you.
Oh, this is
The dreaded skim milk.
Yes, that's familiar. Yes.
That's familiar?
That is familiar. Yes. Yes, this is it. And I am better than this. I totally am.
I'll do it with you, because I told you YouTube saved my life and I was on a bad path. So I know they serve this in all the prisons. I'm gonna say, I'm better than you, fuck you.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
I am better than you, fuck you. Then throw it out the window or jug it, do whatever you have to do with it.
We'll give it to someone in need.
Yeah.
But
no, I'm not. I don't want to go back to those old bologna sandwiches and it's gross.
yeah, and then I got the actual food. I got you a steak.
What you did? Oh, you did, eh?
Yeah, I'm not proud of it, but I got ribs. I don't usually eat pork, but I was craving it today really hard.
Sometimes you gotta eat a pig. Look at you go. You going at it right there. You just got it with the hands. You got your hands on that.
I eat ribs with my hands and I drive with my knees.
Is that right?
It's a saying I just made up. I appreciate the grill marks on it. You know? That's really says man food.
I like how he pauses. You are not the father.
I know, just tell him if he's the father.
You ever seen that one that they have fat babies?
No.
The Fat Baby Maury show?
That's real?
Yeah, there's a baby that weighs more than me almost.
I'm a fat baby.
Everyone's a fat baby.
You a Die Hard fan? He's always running around going you cocksuckers. Liam Neeson was the action movie guy for a while. I don't know who it would be now. Where's Chris Tucker been?
I don't know. You ever watch that comedian Bill Burr?
I love Bill Burr.
Fuck yeah.
If you're an employer in the Vancouver area and you want to hire Kyle for anything, hit me up on Instagram at PhilipSoloSucks. It makes me sad just how many ex-cons replied to my ad. I'm glad I can hopefully bring a little awareness to this whole issue. Did we learn a lot today? Maybe we learned about not judging a book by its cover? One thing I am ready to judge is a person's wallet. It has to look at least this cool. This video is sponsored by the Ridge Wallet, who I'm sure want to make it clear that they don't necessarily share any opinions expressed in this video. I've been using this wallet for a couple months now, and I love it! Look at how sleek that is. The Ridge offers free shipping, free returns if you don't like it, so you literally have nothing to lose. Go to ridge.com/bucko and use the code BUCKO for 10% off your order. I'll put the link in the comments and description. Also, get some merch. Look at this fine piece of craftsmanship. Link in the comments and description for that as well. I'm grateful for the sponsorship. This video actually is more expensive than it seemed. The place where I interviewed Kyle is a whole Airbnb I rented because I thought we were gonna do a whole cooking show and then it didn't happen. It's all good. That's just YouTube, baby. Make sure you support me so I can keep renting Airbnbs by accident. All right. Love you guys. Peace.
When I first started, I would go to like where they have the electronics, and there was Xbox Ones, PS4s, and they have them under those locked glasses, those plexiglass.
Yeah.
I'd usually get one of the tellers to unlock it. Mostly at places like Walmart. I did one at Canadian Tire. I got a Roomba there. And what I would do is I would go to the self-checkout with my groceries, and nobody was really watching. I would pretend to scan the expensive item, and nobody would check because I'd have a cart full of groceries, and they just assumed that I paid my bill, and I would walk out the door.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, there were other times, I don't know if they ever caught me on that, but where I would come with an empty box, like an empty box that had an Xbox One in it. I'd put a dictionary in there and tape it back up just the way it was, so the weight was equivalent. And if they were too lazy to open the box, all I would do is show them their receipt, and they'd give me the cash back while I still have the Xbox One at my house.
You used an actual dictionary,
I
and
did,
it worked.
it worked. I got lazy, so
Yeah.
you know.